20 indoor plants that clean the air you breathe. Have you ever stopped to think that the air inside your home could be full of bad things? That's right. When you clean the house with chemicals, cook, use candles, or even when the sofa smells again, all of this releases substances into the air that can be harmful. But did you know that some plants can help make the air cleaner? They work like small natural filters, removing these little things from the air and leaving your home healthier. In this text, we will talk about 20 easy care plants that help remove toxins from the air. You don't need to be a gardening expert to have these plants at home. We will explain everything in a simple way, as if we were talking in the kitchen, having a coffee. And the best part, they are all beautiful and make any corner happier. Why might the air indoors be dirty? It may seem strange, but the air indoors is often more polluted than the air outside. This happens for several reasons. For example, cleaning products. When you use bleach, disinfectant, or even that smelly spray to clean the bathroom, they release substances that remain in the air. Some of them can cause a headache or irritate your eyes. New furniture. You know when you buy a new wardrobe or a new mattress and it comes with that strong smell. This is because they release a gas called formaldehyde, which can cause allergies or even more serious problems if you breathe too much. Cigarette or candle smoke. If someone smokes indoors or you like to light scented candles, the smoke also releases bad things into the air. Mold and humidity. In humid places, such as bathrooms, mold may appear. It releases spores that, if you breathe in, can cause allergies or lung problems. Street pollution. Even if you close the windows, pollution from traffic or factories can enter through the crack in the door or window. All of this causes the air inside the house to become charged. But no need to be scared. Plants can help improve this, and the best part, they are beautiful and make the house cooler. How do plants clean the air? Plants are like nature's little superheroes. During the day, they do something called photosynthesis. They take sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, which we release when we breathe, and transform everything into food for them. In this process, they also release oxygen, which is the clean air that we breathe. But that's not all. Plants also have the ability to absorb some of the bad substances in the air. They do this through the leaves and roots. It's as if they ate these little things and turned them into something that doesn't hurt. Some plants are better at this than others, and that's why we are going to talk about the 20 best for you to have at home. The 20 plants that will make the air in your home cleaner. Let's now get to know the 20 plants that help remove toxins from the air. All of them are easy to find in flower shops or even supermarkets, and most don't need much care. Let's go. 1. Sword of St. George. This plant is almost indestructible. It even holds up to those who forget to water. In addition to being beautiful, with its long, pointed leaves, it removes substances such as benzene, found in plastics and cigarettes, and formaldehyde from the air. It's great to place in the bedroom, because it also releases oxygen at night. 2. Peace lily. This little plant has bright green leaves and beautiful white flowers. It is great for removing ammonia, found in cleaning products, benzene, and even mold from the air. But be careful. It is toxic to pets, so if you have a dog or cat, it is better to choose another one. 3. Boa constrictor. The boa constrictor is a climbing plant that looks beautiful on shelves or hanging. It grows quickly and is very resistant. Removes formaldehyde, benzene, and xylene, found in paints and varnishes, from the air. It is one of the easiest plants to care for. 4. Aloe vera. Aloe vera. In addition to being great for burns and moisturizing the skin, aloe vera also cleans the air. It removes formaldehyde and benzene. And the best part, if you take good care of it, it can last for years. 5. Bamboo palm. This palm tree is perfect for those who want a large, elegant plant. It removes formaldehyde, benzene, and trichloroethylene, found in solvents, from the air. It likes indirect light and moist, but not soggy, soil. 6. Fern. The fern is a classic plant that leaves any environment cooler. It removes formaldehyde and xylene from the air. It likes humidity, so it's great for bathrooms. If the leaves start to turn yellow, it is a sign that it needs more water. 7. Chrysanthemum. This colorful flower is beautiful and also helps to clean the air. It removes ammonia, benzene, and formaldehyde. It is a great option to place in the living room or kitchen. It just needs a lot of light to bloom. 8. Dracaena. There are several types of Dracaena, but they are all great for cleaning the air. They remove benzene, formaldehyde, trichloroethylene, and xylene. Some have red or yellow leaves, which makes the decoration more beautiful. 9. English ivy. This little plant is great for those who are allergic to mold, because it helps remove spores from the air. It also removes benzene and formaldehyde. It can be grown in pots or as a climber. 10. Ficus elastica, rubber. This plant has large, shiny leaves, which add a modern touch to the decor. It removes formaldehyde from the air and is very resistant. It only needs indirect light and moderate watering. 11. Chlorophytum, Thai. This little plant is super easy to care for and multiplies quickly. It removes formaldehyde, xylene, and carbon monoxide from the air. It's great for placing in kitchens or bathrooms. 12. Anthurium. Anthurium has bright green leaves and beautiful red flowers. It takes ammonia, formaldehyde, and xylene out of the air. It likes indirect light and moist soil. 13. Azalea. This colorful flower is beautiful and also helps remove formaldehyde from the air. It's a great option for those who like flowers. It needs plenty of light and moist soil. 14. Gerbera. The gerbera is a cheerful flower that comes in many colors. It removes benzene and trichloroethylene from the air. It's great for placing in bedrooms because it releases oxygen at night. 15. Philodendron. The philodendron is a very resistant climbing plant. It removes formaldehyde from the air and is great for those who are starting to care for plants. It likes indirect light and moderate watering. 16. St. George's spear. Similar to the St. George's sword, but with wider and shorter leaves. It also removes benzene and formaldehyde from the air and is very resistant. Great for those who travel a lot and forget to water. 17. Orchid. In addition to being beautiful, orchids help remove xylene from the air. They like indirect light and spaced watering. They are great for placing in bathrooms because they like humidity. 18. Cactus. Cacti are super easy to care for and help remove carbon dioxide from the air at night. They're great for bedrooms because they release oxygen while you sleep. They just need plenty of light and little water. 19. Zamioculca. This plant is almost indestructible. It can withstand lack of light and little water. Removes benzene and formaldehyde from the air. It's perfect for those who don't have much time to take care of plants. 20. Peperomia. Peperomia is a small and charming plant, with leaves in different shapes. It removes formaldehyde from the air and is great for placing on tables or shelves. It likes indirect light and moderate watering. How to care for these plants. Now that you know the 20 plants, it's important to know how to care for them so that they remain healthy and cleaning the air in your home. There's no need to worry, because most of them are very easy to care for. Let's see some basic tips. Light. Most plants like indirect light, that is, they do not need to be in the strong sun. A place near the window, but without direct sun, is usually ideal. Some, like cactus, like direct sun, so it's good to check each one's needs. Water. Watering too much is one of the most common mistakes. Most plants prefer the soil to dry out a little between waterings. Before watering, put your finger in the soil. If it's dry, it's time to water. If it's damp, wait a little longer. Vase. Choose a vase with holes in the bottom so that water does not accumulate and rot the roots. Clay pots are great because they let the earth breathe. Land. Use good soil that drains water well. You can buy ready-made soil for plants in flower shops or supermarkets. Fertilizer. From time to time, it is good to add a little fertilizer to help the plants grow strong. You can use organic or chemical fertilizer, following the instructions on the packaging. Cleaning. Plant leaves also need to breathe. From time to time, wipe the leaves with a damp cloth to remove dust. Which plants to choose for each room in the house? Each room in the house has its characteristics, and some plants adapt better to certain environments. Let's see which are the best options for each location. Bedroom. Plants that release oxygen at night are great for bedrooms because they help improve sleep. Good options are St. George's sword, gerbera, peace lily, and cactus. Living room. The living room is usually a place with plenty of light, so you can choose plants that like indirect light, such as bamboo palms, anthurium, or dracaena. Kitchen. The kitchen can have a lot of humidity and temperature variations. Plants such as fern, chlorophytum, and boa adapt well to this environment. Bathroom. The bathroom is usually damp and has little light. Plants such as fern, peace lily, and orchid like this environment. Office. If you work from home, you can choose plants that help improve concentration, such as St. George's sword, philodendron, or zamioculca. Pet care. If you have a dog, cat, or other pet, it is important to know that some plants can be toxic to them. For example, peace lily. can cause vomiting and excessive salivation in animals. Boa constrictor may cause mouth irritation and vomiting. Philodendron, it can also cause irritation and vomiting. Anthurium may cause irritation in the mouth and difficulty swallowing. If you have animals, it is best to avoid these plants or place them in high places where they cannot reach them. Plants such as St. George's sword, chlorophytum, and peperomia are safe for animals. Other tips for improving the air in your home. In addition to plants, there are other things you can do to make the air in your home cleaner. Open the windows. Even if it's cold, it's important to air out the house every day. This helps to exchange the air and remove bad substances. Use natural cleaning products. Vinegar, baking soda, and lemon are great for cleaning the house without releasing so many bad substances into the air. Avoid scented candles and incense. They release substances that can be harmful. If you like a good smell, you can use essential oils or natural sachets. Control humidity. Use a dehumidifier or a humidifier, depending on the needs of your home. This helps prevent mold and dust mites. Don't smoke indoors. Cigarette smoke is one of the worst things for the air in your home. If someone smokes, it is best to do so outside. Final summary: having plants at home is a great way to make the air cleaner and the decor more beautiful. They help remove bad substances from the air, such as formaldehyde, benzene, and ammonia, which come from cleaning products, new furniture, and even street pollution. In this text, you learned about 20 easy care plants that help clean the air. Some are almost indestructible, such as the St. George's sword and Zamioculca, while others are more delicate, such as the orchid and anthurium. They all have their advantages and can be chosen according to the environment in your home. Remember that each plant has its own light, water, and care needs. But you don't need to be a gardening expert to have these plants at home. With a little attention and care, they will grow healthy and help keep the air in your home cleaner. And don't forget, in addition to plants, other simple actions, such as opening windows, using natural cleaning products, and avoiding smoking indoors, also help to improve air quality. Now that you know which plants to choose, just go to a flower shop, buy your favorites, and start transforming your home into a healthier and more beautiful place. Here are some more practical tips for caring for these plants and making the most of their benefits. First, look at the space where you are going to place them. Some plants, such as the St. George's sword and the boa, adapt well in corners with little light, while others, such as the peace lily and the raffi palm, prefer brighter environments, but without direct sun. If your home has small windows or little natural light, opt for more resistant species, such as Zamioculca or cactus. Watering is also an important point. Many people end up killing their plants with so much love, that is, by watering them too much. Most of these plants do not need water every day. For example, the fern likes moist soil, but the Zamioculca and the Chinese lantern prefer it to dry out a little between waterings. A simple tip is to put your finger in the soil. If it's dry up to 2 centimeters deep, it's time to water. Another thing that helps is cleaning the leaves from time to time. Dust and dirt can accumulate on the leaves and disrupt the plant's ability to absorb light and purify the air. You can wipe them with a damp cloth or even give smaller plants a light bath in the shower. This also makes them more beautiful and healthier. If you have pets, be careful. Some plants, such as lily and St. George's sword, can be toxic to dogs and cats if they chew on the leaves. In this case, choose safe options, such as bamboo palm or violet, which do not harm pets. Finally, don't worry if a plant doesn't adapt at first. Sometimes you need to test different corners of the house until you find the ideal place. And if a little plant doesn't survive, don't be discouraged. Even the most experienced gardeners lose plants from time to time. The important thing is to keep trying and learning. Having plants at home is a simple and natural way to improve the air you breathe, as well as making the environment happier and cozier. With a little care, they will grow and become part of your routine, bringing more life to your home. So, choose your favorites, start with 1 or 2 and gradually increase your collection. Your home and your health will thank you. Here are some more tips for you to make the most of your air-purifying plants. First, remember that each plant has its own preferences. Some like indirect light, like the St. George's sword, which looks good even in darker corners. Others, like the fern, love humidity and do very well in a bathroom, where the air tends to be more humid. Another important thing is watering. Many people end up killing their plants with so much love by watering them too much. Most of them prefer the soil to dry out a little between waterings. A simple trick is to stick your finger in the soil. If it's dry up to 2 fingers deep, it's time to water. If it's still damp, wait a little longer. Plants like the peace lily, for example, even warn you when they are thirsty by dropping their leaves. But don't worry, after watering, they soon recover. In addition to improving the air, plants also help to make the house more beautiful. You can play with the vases, placing them on shelves, hanging them from the ceiling, or even using different supports. A cool tip is to group plants of different sizes and textures, creating a very charming green corner. For example, a boa constrictor hanging next to a vase with a fan palm and a small cactus looks beautiful and brings a natural atmosphere into the home. If you live in an apartment or have little space, no problem. There are several small plants that are great for purifying the air, such as chlorophytum, which is resistant and looks beautiful in hanging pots. Another option is the spider plant, which, in addition to being easy to care for, produces little shoots that you can replant and give as gifts to friends. And don't forget, plants also like a bath from time to time. Wiping the leaves with a damp cloth helps remove dust and allows them to breathe better, absorbing more toxins from the air. This is especially important for large-leaved plants like Adam's rib. Finally, if you travel a lot or tend to forget to water, choose super-resistant plants, such as Zamioculca or cactus. They handle the lack of water well and still continue doing their job of cleaning the air. Starting with plants at home is like making a new friend. At first, it may be a little uncertain, but over time you will get the hang of it and create a relationship of care and affection. And the best of all is that, in addition to making your home more beautiful, they are always working to make the air cleaner and healthier for you and your family. So don't be afraid to experiment and find out what your favorite plants are.